Somebody's house is haunted.
Yeah, it's outside. Sorry. I think that's mine. That's mine.
Brian is wearing a tanky. I love it.
Yeah. I'm upstairs as more, so you get to see the glory.
I don't wear tankies anymore because I'm afraid that Dave's gonna like mock me if I wear them. So now I wear like hotter shirts.
Why would I mock you?
You know you mock me, motherfucker.
Hey, John, ready to get this fucking shit started?
It's already recording, you cock.
Well, I can always say, welcome to episode 23 of the Geek Savants. I'm Dave DeWatch.
I'm super ugly.
Grant Miller.
Brian Roberts.
Ron Zorb.
Kick in the jam.
So, guys, what are we doing this week? I'm real sleepy today.
We're doing some robots.
We're doing some robots. If you're a fan of the Geek Savants, you may take that many different ways. But yeah,
we've had so much fun with our own Brian robots lately that we figured we should probably address the metal elephant in the room and just talk about our favorite robots.
Shut down. That's a good. I like the metal elephant in the room personally. So far, good job. Good job.
Welcome. Yeah.
And paper. There we go. So yeah, we are going to talk about our favorite single robots, right? It's not a group of robots. I can't do a group of robots.
It's not single.
There were some rules, Dave. It's like Dave wasn't.
Dude, I swear to God, you guys, like, Dave is the 16-year-old girl of this fucking podcast. Like, it is impossible to keep him.
Whoa. Because I don't want to fucking deal with 100 fucking text messages, and I don't want to scroll through like a 16-year-old girl, dude. I'm sorry. Just tell me what we're doing, and I'm going to show up and do it.
He's like, I want to pick this robot. And we're like, okay, pick a second robot. So I'll just pick this robot. Is this just one? We're just no, Dave, pick a second one. So I'm just gonna go with this one then. Is that guy okay?
Well, what I meant by that, John, was like not a group of robots. Like if I'm seeing Grant's little battle droids behind him, right? That's a group, right? That's not like your favorite.
It's a gaggle.
It's a gaggle, right? It's a group. That's what I mean by a group. Like I kind of had to edit mine down because I did want to just say a singular robot as opposed to.
Why don't we just toss it over to Grant? And Grant this isn't his idea.
It became Grant's idea.
It became Grant. What's Grant? We called it the Grant negotiations because
you must always go through the Grant negotiation.
As soon as Ron suggested it, Grant was like, and on rule number 26-3, we're going to talk about no humanoid robots, but if they have 3 legs, then that's okay.
Right.
So,
right.
Well, you got to have some kind of rules to go by, right? So right off the bat, no anime, Japanimation, whatever you want to call it, Shogun Warriors, because there's too many, and that's its own episode, right?
I would disagree with you though, because one of your was sentient robots, right? And most of the anime, right? So it's not
mech. Yeah, it's mech stuff
anyway.
Yeah.
Right. So okay, that was another one. No mech, and
no Iron Giant.
Yeah, no Iron Giant's just null and void because he would be too many of our favorites. At least a couple of our favorites.
I mean, way to judge me on that. What if I was never going to pick the Iron Giant, and I was never going to pick the?
Then you were wrong. No Star Wars. Because
I don't like Grant. What is it? Grant negotiations.
Grant negotiations.
Man, I don't like it at all.
We're down
neck
to
deep.
Roombas. We're down to Roombas.
DJ Roomba is the only one left. Grant negotiations.
I said no organics, but then I was thinking about like Bishop from Aliens.
Right, which I was like gonna pick that, but you totally poo-pooed all over it.
No, I said Bishop was okay because he's got like organic material that he uses to function, but he's technically not an organic being or
No,
He's
he's
got
an
a-
android,
He's not half. There isn't like a half.
just like Ash. They're just androids.
yeah, or even Data. Like Data's got like some
Ooh.
organic stuff in him. You know, like
Spoilers.
Well,
yeah,
Somebody
that's
take
fine,
Data.
That's fine.
tell me, Grant, what organics have you been sticking in Data? Huh? So yeah, so we went around. We picked some. I think it's a very weird and varied list of fucking robots. Does anyone want to start with this thing?
Who wants
Can
to
I
go
say
first?
something though? I don't like robots. I fucking hate robots. I think
Oh, I love. See, that's why I got so excited because I love robots so much.
Grant, you have a list, I'm sure. Grant, do you have a list?
I started to make a list, and there's too many.
It's too many?
I could just so at the top of the list, I had like Wally and
Sasquatch.
ED209, the original.
Sasquatch. The fuck is a Sasquatch?
I'm still
Bro,
like,
bro.
man, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I was gonna say, was Sasquatch 100%?
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Did they $6 billion the Sasquatch? Is that what happened?
I don't know.
I
That
always
would
thought
be
they
fucking
did
amazing, by the way.
Sasquatch.
That's a better story that they captured us, the one living Sasquatch. And
They $6 million.
They were like, let's pump about
And they
6
enhanced
million
him.
to this dude. 6
Yeah.
million.
I thought you
I-
guys were talking Alpha Flight. I thought I missed that.
I know. I was like,
Or
what part of
something
that
like-
storyline were we in? Jeez.
I know Walter became Box or whatever, right? That was one
There
of
you
the
go. Yeah, I know. Ron were there together. We were in the Alpha Flight box Sasquatch combo together. I was there with you. Here's one that
went,
I Googled, robots, because that's just,
Yeah.
I asked my wife what her favorite robot was. And so she Googled it and started listing. There was one on there that I wanted to run by you guys. And before we get into the list, they had Lisa from Weird Science in the robots. Is Lisa a robot?
no,
No, right?
she's
I-
flesh and blood.
She
Part from
like
my hand.
so they took a Barbie and they attached like jumper cables to it, and then they went in the computer and they
programmed
did
it.
the breasts and all that stuff, right? And then they like it exploded or whatever, and then she pops out of the like bathroom. So it's like is that a robot?
And she's kind of like the Beyonder, where she can literally do anything.
Yeah, it's like
So-
because of the storm, she was like that magical doll was like imbued with magical powers and came to life. Like
Yeah, I
like
don't think
Bagger
that's a
Vance.
robot. Yeah, that's not a robot.
that's like saying that like the
like magic.
mannequin is a robot.
There you go. It's
Okay.
like mannequin magic.
Right, mannequin.
Chuck-
Mannequin.
That's right. That's right.
There's another
Chucky,
episode. there,
Mannequin.
John.
Yep.
Mannequin magic.
Mannequin magic. I like that.
I just thought that was really interesting because
so.
I'm
I
like,
think
I disagree. Like, there was no part of her that I ever considered a robot. But
No.
what are you gonna do?
No, because John could never jerk off to a robot. That's why.
Thank you.
Never
Lie.
Okay, you keep talking. You keep talking. I'm going to like go back in the old memory banks and see if I've ever jacked off to a robot.
Sexiest robot. Real quick.
Oof. All right. Let's see here. Fembots, of course. That's the top
Mhm.
one. Aeon Flux. Is she a robot? No.
No.
Mm.
Who liked RC?
She was
From
pretty
the
cute.
Transformers?
Yeah.
Dude, but Grant also would fuck a knot hole in a fence. So I mean, you gotta like really, yeah.
So my favorites though were the Soriyama 80s airbrushed robots
Oh yeah. Yeah.
for
What
sure.
about the Stepford Wives? Weren't they robots?
Oh, were they?
I
Yes,
don't know.
I don't know.
yes, I think so.
Google.
I think you got something there. Yeah.
I like that. I'm gonna go with that.
There you
Oh,
go.
here you go, Grant. Sasquatch is an alien cyborg created by a group of aliens visiting Earth, constructed
not-
by the alien Shalon in limitation of the lower life form. Blah blah blah. So I
That's
guess
not
it's
$6 million man though.
that's on the Bionic the wiki. I don't know. So 6 million.
I don't know about that.
All right, here you go. Sexiest robots. You ready?
All right.
No.
Maria, number 10, Maria from Metropolis. All right. Number 9. Oh, here, you know what? I don't even have to list this off because guess what, boys? We can all enjoy this together. All right, there we go.
What?
Svedkabot.
Svedkabot.
Oh.
Stepford wife. There's Dave's favorite, Gigolo
Oh,
Joe.
Sex Robot Jigla.
Hello,
You
Jones.
love that one. 7
I
and 9.
do.
That's a sexy
Oh,
robot.
7 and 9. Yeah, hot Borg action.
Oh my God, it's a Terminator.
Terminator.
That's Terminator. There you go. I'm in the number 4 range.
Off them bots,
Roy and Chris from,
Look at Roy and Chris.
Original fembots.
and it. What? Controversy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Controversy.
I call bullshit on that.
I call major bullshit on that. That is some crock of shit stuff right there. Internet, you done let me down.
Not a robot.
Not a robot.
Not a robot.
Where? Where's the robotic parts? She's in a
Yeah,
shower
yeah.
with them, for God's sake. She's
It's all mannequin magic.
Mannequin magic.
Mannequin magic.
If you got a black
I love
dude
it.
with weird
That's your
glasses
title.
named Hollywood, like that hangs out
Oh,
with you.
Hollywood!
Mannequin magic.
Hollywood.
That's right.
Shit, man. Oh,
All right. So who wants to go first?
I have a sexy robot. Can I just dovetail into my sexy robot first?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, like on my list were the Cylons, but specifically the Cylons from the newer Battlestar Galactica, which is almost the same as the.
This caused a lot of controversy, Dave.
but,
You need to explain that shit because I don't know anything about the new Cylons.
so when I did single it out, I did say Cylons, and then I also said Caprica 6, who is like the hot temptress female cyborg or Cylon. So the idea or the history behind this is in the future, humans created these Cylons as weapons, right? They were used to conquer other planets, and then they gained sentience and created a civil war with the humans, right? And then
I don't trust robots.
you never trust fucking robots. Why would you ever build a robot that could think for itself and then give it a gun? That's a fucking stupid idea. So the Cylons go into a war with the humans and basically like eradicate everybody. They fucking like there's like humans, I think of like maybe 3/4 of humanity gets obliterated by these fucking Cylons. Then the Cylons go away. They just fucking disappear and they run off to their own fucking corner of the universe, and then they're gone forever. And then when they come back, they've evolved into like, you'll see, you know, what John's showing you now is all of the different iterations of these Cylons. And when they come back, there are human Cylons as well, and they have emotion and everything else, but they're still robots. And
This Terminator style thing.
they
their
start
major.
their own civil war with the Cylons. So now you've got like humans kind of caught in this war. And by the end, and these are weird robots in that they believe in one god, where the humans believe in multiple gods in this Battlestar Galactica future. So John loves it.
What? I'm sorry.
So yeah, it's a really interesting layered story. And there you go. There's my hot robot. I think that she's probably in the top 10. If you were going to take Kelly LeBrock off the list, she would show up probably. I think Caprica 6 would probably show up. Maybe number 5. Let's get
Is
rid of
that who that is in the red dress? Caprica
Yeah.
6?
Can I just say that I didn't know what Cylon the acronym was, but it's probably one of the dumbest acronyms ever.
I mean, the word-
Cybernetic life form node.
Yeah. Node is the lamest word for anything, right? I mean, node.
But I always thought Cylon was a cool name, you know, for
Don't need anything
Right.
else.
Right.
Just Cylon, bro.
So Grant, have
Well,
you ever watched Battlestar? Is that right then?
Nope.
Nope.
I started to watch the new series when it first came out, and I was like, "This is hella slow." And like Lost was going on, and all kinds of other things were going on, and I couldn't commit.
To
We
another
were
one.
hanging out with this guy who would just not shut his fucking yapper about how good Battlestar was, and I was like, I'm just not going to watch it because of that guy.
No, you guys were sucking Lost's dick so hard at that time period. And I think that, like, they're both neck and neck, like, right on level with each other. And I think that
It was a great show. It was a great show.
I think both of them are, like, really great shows. And I think that, I know that John loves the ending of Lost, but I think that Battlestar's ending was just as spiritual
Awful.
and nebulous as Lost. Stuck the landing a little bit more. Just a little bit more.
I heard the ending was pretty bad.
No,
Oh, my
I like
God.
the ending to Battlestar. I don't know what people want out of these shows, for goodness sakes.
Stroke
Yeah,
jobs.
that's
They
what
want
they
them to
do.
come over and just finish them off each of individually. You know, like each one. Like, hi, I'm from Lost. What do you like to? How do you like to finish? Because we'll just finish this off right now.
I think that's the thing, though, is like these shows that probably they have a plan for, or they don't have a plan for. Like Lost, they kind of had an idea where they were going to go, and then they had to make it 7 seasons. So like,
Yeah.
you're gonna have a lot of nonsense in the middle with Paula and fucking whatever the fuck.
I love the nonsense in the middle, though.
That is, you know what, Grant? That's a story of your goddamn life.
All right. Who the fuck is
Nonsense
next? I'm
in
not
the
going to
middle.
get into a goddamn another Lost bash.
I'll go next. I'll keep the sex.
Yeah, someone move on from this.
I'll keep the sexiness going with my first pick of Richie Rich's Robot Maid.
This one kind of baffled me, but I also love it.
Rosie? No, that's
Rona.
Jensen's.
Irona. Oh, Rosie would have been a good one too.
I had totally forgotten about Richie.
Put a
Rich's
picture up,
face.
please.
I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
you definitely have a type, Ron.
Well, this is. I mean, it's awesome. One having a maid that's now that I'm a parent, I don't want to do any work, so having a maid there is nice. Her being able to protect the kids because she can do. Well, she transforms into things. She's super strong. You never have to worry about your kid when the robot's around, right?
She
But
can lift
then-
all the furniture.
Yeah, exactly. And vacuum underneath it. I think she even turns into part vacuum or whatever when she's vacuuming.
Yeah.
So there was a Richie Rich cartoon, right?
Yes.
And she was in that cartoon.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was her voice like? Was it like a robotic voice, or was it like, "Hey, what's up, Richie? I'm a chick"?
No, it was like a robot voice.
Was it like a robot? Okay.
But now I have to ask you guys a question. Since she is a maid and
Sex
husbands
bot.
are known to cheat on their wives with the maid, is cheating with a robot maid actually cheating?
Can I tell
Uh-oh.
you guys, honestly, though, I thought Ron might have picked this for another reason. Do you guys want to know?
Oh wait,
I want to know.
you know who's
Because
who should be on the top 10 sexy list? The robot from Ex Machina.
there you go. She's hot.
Yeah.
Even though
There
she
you go.
doesn't really have a lot of skin, but she's hot.
I
All
mean,
right,
Grant
so-
doesn't give a shit about any skin. Grant's like, take the skin off.
For real.
Like my chicken. I like my chicken like I like my women. Skinless. All right. So there was a new Richie Rich show on Netflix. It was a live action Richie Rich show. And there was an Irona on it, Ron.
Oh,
And so as you're going into this dark, disturbing thing, let me show you.
No.
I honestly was like, oh, Ron 100% picked it because of
Ow.
this.
Really? No.
What?
Are you sure you're not like screen grabbing the porn parody of Richie?
No, this
know.
is look, you can almost see a picture of Richie Rich right next to it. This is honestly the Richie Rich TV show. It's on Netflix right now. You can go look at it. It's
It's
awful.
a show. It's not a
Yeah, it's
movie.
No, it's like one of those like Disney type shows where it's like
They make an Irona show now.
yeah, it's just Irona.
Ron's gonna go
Sean-
edit some
Sean-
clips together later of the Irona show.
I want a picture of her, and I want a little logo that says Irona, and it's
I want
That's the name of your episode.
Ibona Irona.
Irona.
from the
Uh,
Okay, but then this is good because this goes into my question too.
Yeah, right.
The original Irona compared to her,
Mhm.
and
I
she,
take that original. She was looking hot.
but would you consider it cheating if you're with?
Nah,
robot.
sex robot.
Does she have the vacuum attachment? Like
Oh,
because
Anything, man.
that makes a difference.
Anything you need.
Grant is well aware of the vacuum attachments, so he is.
I had a good time with my vacuum.
That's right.
This Irona. Does a helicopter pop out of her head in this show, John?
No, I'm sorry, Dave.
Yeah.
Nothing
Not from the
pops
head.
out of her, if you know what I mean.
Was Inspector Gadget a robot?
No.
Ooh.
He's a
No?
cyborg. Right?
He was a
Come
cyborg
on.
No.
because he was
Wow.
still a person. He's like $6 million man.
Like RoboCop? Like he was a person and he died and they rebuilt
Yeah.
him?
Well, it was
How
something
dark.
like that, wasn't it? Something like this.
What wasn't he an inspector and then he died or something?
or he got very hurt, or something like this.
I'm sorry, I'm not up on my
Actually
lore.
go that far.
I know. Did they actually like dig that deep into the lore?
I like that you found a way to make Ron's pick perverted by showing.
Well, honestly, dude, I thought that's why he picked it. I was like, this dude's like about to go talk about some dirty business. He did go to the dirty business even without it, though. So it's
Look at his face. Look at his face. Like he didn't even know he was going there, but he's so happy he got there.
He's like, yes,
He got us.
very good.
he
Very
got
good,
us
Ron.
jackpot.
You got Ron.
All right, who's next? Who's next here?
I'll go. Although after you guys were talking about attachments and everything, I regret choosing Data. And I wish I had chosen just to give a shout out. I'll still talk about Data. Just to give a shout out though. There's a British comedy show called Red Dwarf, and I wish I chose Crichton.
Oh my god!
I wish I chose Crichton because Crichton is so funny in that show, and he's just an android. And they always make jokes about. There's a scene where he's one of the guys puts these. The dude reminds me completely of Dave, by the way. His name was Lister.
Oh yeah.
And he puts on these underwears, but it's like some creature, and it starts shrinking, and he's trying to get it off. And Crichton's got this groin. He vacuums out of his groin, like he can attach this thing, and he's trying, like he's on the ground. He's like, oh, get it! And then Crichton's on top of him, going like, no, stand still, let me get it off. And then the other guy walks, and he's like. Crichton is fantastic. I also talk about Data, but I wish I thought about. I don't know why I didn't think about that character.
You do have two choices, Brian. So like,
well, I would still like the other one though.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
You want your cake and you want to eat it too. So
totally.
What is it about Data that got you? Because I started rewatching Star Trek Next Gen when COVID hit, and I swear it's got to be within the first 3 episodes. Data fucks Tasha Yar.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa,
is this what turns you off from it?
Yeah,
it's like the second episode. It's the second episode.
Tasha, go Tasha.
Yeah, they have that whole callback to an old episode of Star Trek, and there's that virus that they find, and then it like kind of intoxicates them. And I think Picard bangs Beverly Crusher, and then everyone's banging everybody in that episode. And Data bangs Tasha Yar.
Could you imagine though, like they're like, all right, guys, we got greenlit for Star Trek Next Generation, 2nd episode, fucking boat orgy. Like that's they did too.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Good episode.
Okay, Brian. So
yeah,
would you consider Data an android?
Data is an android. Why wouldn't it be an android?
Explain what is the difference between an android and a robot?
I always thought that like androids were designed to mimic humanity. Like specifically, they would have an AI advanced enough that they look human and they try to act human, but they're still synthetic. They're not.
But a robot is like a metal shelled robot.
Yeah.
Would that be the only difference then?
Well, I mean, like the Cylon you chose is more of an android. What the heck was going on? Like the Stepford wives, I would consider, right? That type of thing where they look like they're trying to be human, but they're not. They're still robots.
Roy Batty.
So what would the Vision be? Would the Vision be an android then?
He's an android.
He's an android.
Yeah, I always considered them to be an android is basically a robot that's supposed to be very, very human-like.
Right.
Okay.
Does that count though? Should we kick Brian off the podcast? What's going on?
No,
I could choose Crichton, but see, the problem is Crichton would be like a very similar thing. Although he is more like Irona. He's like he's a service bot, you know.
Don't ask Grant. Ask Brian Robots if Brian's pick is okay. He's the authority here, not Grant.
That's true.
Yes. There you go.
Grant's frozen. Grant's gone.
Grant is the android. That's why he's so picky about this.
Here's
gone.
the thing.
We lost Grant. That
all androids are robots, but not all robots are androids.
So Black Lives, All Lives Matter. I swear. What are you doing? I think that we're getting real racist right here all of a sudden.
If androids were a race, John, then yes.
Gosh.
Correct.
No, I mean, I agree. So what's the cyborg then?
That's still a man with
that has been
robot parts.
with.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Android would be the leaning more towards the robot version, and Cyborg would be leaning more towards the human version.
I think like an android could possibly have like synthetic muscles, whereas a robot would have mechanical stuff going on.
Guys, I am learning so much right now. You guys are really making my Sunday worth living.
Thank God we lost Grant for this too. Oh shit, he's back, everybody. And that's why I hate Grant. Oh shit, he's back. Sorry, guys.
How apropos.
Why don't you get a pick out, Grant? Because we don't know when you're going to leave us again.
Yeah.
My connection's been so stable too.
Sure.
None of your connections have ever been stable. But what was your pick?
Oh, so my first pick, I'm going to go with Andy, the messenger robot from the Dark Tower series.
This one, I have no idea what you're talking about here.
Yeah, me neither.
You had to have been into the Dark Tower to even, because he was only in one book, and he's in the book The Wolves of the Kala.
Let's zoom in on this fucking like 100 by 100 JPEG that fucking Grant sent me. Here we go.
I mean,
Oh,
this
yeah.
character is so popular. This is the only photo on the internet.
No, here's the thing. So in the book, Stephen King is very vague about the description of the robot. And so like when I pictured him, I kind of pictured him like this. All he says is he's very tall. He's got like a barrel, like cylinder body and long limbs, and he's 7 feet tall. But there's almost no other description of him. And so if you go Google him up, people have drawn him endlessly, and he looks different in every variation. But he's originally, I can't spoil it for people who are reading or gonna read Dark Tower.
Okay, real sidebar.
What?
Sorry, I had to cough. Sidebar. Okay. Funnily enough, Granty, that you bring this up, because I read Dark Tower 1 when I was a wee babe, probably around when you probably read it when we were kids, and I loved it.
I read it. I didn't read it until recently.
Oh, okay. Well, then I read it when I was much younger, and I loved it, but I never read any of the other ones. Should I read the other ones?
You just read the first one?
Yes.
Yeah, you were at the Gunslinger.
Gunslinger. Yeah, and it was great. I enjoyed it.
It gets so much better.
Hey,
Okay.
Grant, sidebar. Stephen King, did you watch Castle Rock yet?
I watched the first one, and it was just okay. And I'm like, I got so disappointed from The Dome, which is one of my favorite Stephen King books, that I was like, I don't want this to happen to me again. I don't want to get lost it again.
Season 2. So it's J.J. Abrams. There's lost people in it. Fucking season 2, they talk about the portals, and it's going Dark Tower probably season 3. So you should probably watch it. And season 2 was fucking amazing. Like really, really good.
Season 2 was Misery?
Season 2 is Misery. Yeah.
What was season 1?
It was told in the town of Derry. It was like there was some Shawshank stuff.
So that's Derry is it, isn't it?
Yeah, there's
everything happens in Derry.
There's It stuff and Shawshank stuff, and in the second season there's It stuff and Misery, and then it ends with Dark Tower, and you're like, oh fuck, like it's pretty badass. And the guy that plays It is in both seasons, so I think that he is the character from It too.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll like it a lot. Like if you can power through the first season, the second season, or you could just watch the second season, but they do callbacks to season 1 that are pretty important.
All right, so what does this Andy character do?
So when they first introduce him, he says, I'm a messenger robot and many other things. And so he's just, Stephen King's just alluding to he's so much more than that. And he starts out kind of creepy but endearing. And then his lore and everything gets really deep throughout the book, and he's so pivotal, but in the background a lot. And I can't give away anything if I say too much more, but I picked him because he's a very kind of I love clunky robots, and he's kind of like an old school clunky industrial type of robot. And because of what happens in the book, it's so memorable and so like chilling and creepy. He's always just stuck with me as an amazing character. So
I
that's
mean,
why.
that's a pretty good impact if he was only in one of the Gunslinger books or one of the
Yeah.
books, and you still were like, yeah, that's the guy.
And of all the, and there's so many characters in the series, he's easily in my top like 4 favorite characters in the whole
Did
book.
you ever watch the movie? Was it terrible?
I did. They took like 12 books and crammed them into one fucking movie. And so, anytime something like that happens, you're just going to get smatterings of things, which
Why wouldn't you just make the first book good?
It's not, isn't it? Well, I won't say anything. It isn't exactly the books though, right? On purpose. Is that not correct? I mean, just borrowing from how Dark Tower ends.
Yeah, they borrowed like a bunch of beats from a bunch of the books and just kind of threw them together. So it's not the book. It's not the series.
Were you satisfied?
But was it not? I guess my thing was it supposed to be the series? If you get my drift, based on the end of the book or the series of the Dark Tower.
You guys are being very vague.
I can't remember how the movie ended.
Well, that's not a good sign.
Good. All right. So who is?
I like that we can't spoil shit that's been out for years.
Is it?
By the way, John,
we went through all 4 of us. Now we're to me. Shit.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just pull mine up here. I went deadly serious on this and really thought about my most favorite robots. And of course, I had to go with my number 1 favorite robots, Good Guy Bill and Ted robots. And then look at this guy what's he doing there in the corner?
Station.
I'm just fucking around. These are fucking awesome robots, and I love the fact that Bill and Ted and Death himself built these robots, and then they came and actually knocked the heads off of the evil Bill and Ted robots.
Mm-hmm.
And these are more robots than like Data, for instance. They're actual robots, don't we think? I mean, they're not the other ones. The evil Bill and Ted, we might go with those are Android style robots, but these guys, real deal robots here.
Yep.
Are you guys excited for the third Bill and Ted?
Yes.
Very.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, because it's coming out like next month, right? It's for real.
Time is a flat circle. I have no idea what's going on anymore. To quote the great philosopher Rust Cole from season 1 of True Detective, time is a flat circle.
Oh man! All right, so I'm gonna go with my second choice because I just want to get this one out of the way because it's so convoluted that I like need to get this out of my brain so I can forget it again. But I picked Brother Eye from DC. It was the OMAC project by Greg Rucka. It came out around Infinite Crisis, and they re-envisioned the Jack Kirby OMAC storyline, and it weaved around Maxwell Lord. So basically, the OMAC virus was created by Brainiac and then weaponized by the government. And they basically used it. They put the nanotechnology into vaccine that would then, if activated, do like that weird, whatever the order is for the stormtroopers that turns them into evil beings or whatever. So
66.
Batman, thank you. Yeah, so Batman created Brother Eye, which was basically just designed to monitor all the superheroes and villains and make sure if shit ever went fucking bad, he could fucking be there to stop them. It's like Ron's perfect fucking thing. I know, Ron, you hate this about Batman, that he would be able to create any of this shit. But I loved the storyline because Maxwell Lord had been manipulating everyone from word go, and he was like a jokey character that was like, in charge of the Giffen de Mateus Justice League back in like 1987. And then he became the leader of Checkmate. And then he was able to, and he always had like mind powers, and he was able to mind control Superman into becoming a villain and he basically used Superman to kill himself, I believe it was, and it
Wonder
set
Woman.
this whole
Wonder
thing
Woman
into,
killed him.
It
That's
set
right.
Fry off to basically say we need to stop the superheroes now. So it then transformed all these humans into Omax because they already had the vaccine in them or whatever.
Right.
So truly the only robot here is Brother Eye, because the Omax themselves, I would say, are cyborgs because they were human and everything. But I love the storyline, and I loved the Maxwell Lord twist. I know that when it came out, I think I was talking to you, John, and maybe Brian, or maybe it was Derek and Brian, 'cause we weren't reading DC Comics at the time, but when we read the Death of the Blue Beetle, Ted Cord, Maxwell Lord shoots him, we were like, what the fuck is this? We were like, our minds were blown. And then this came out afterwards. And so it's just like one of my favorite times in DC Comics where they were trying to make it like real. You know what I mean? There was like more darkness to it. I just really, really like this stuff. That's what I got.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't know a whole lot about the Brother Eye stuff. A little bit.
Yeah, it was in that time where they were like, it was like the Tower of Babel, I think, was the one where Batman
No, it
revealed
was way after that.
watching everyone.
That was way after that. This was after Identity Crisis. This was
But
why,
that's
remember,
the
we
start
just
of-
talked about this because
Yeah,
Batman got all
that
paranoid.
That was the start of Batman being a watchful dickhead.
Right.
And then this thing that came out after.
Right. Well,
Wow, what
Right.
you picked Brother Eye though? That was your pick.
Yeah.
What? Why is
But
he?
I would have picked the Omax, but then I realized that they were cyborgs, so I was like, well, I'm going to go with Brother Eye because he's
It's a very varied
It's just a
list. I mean, none of you have put in half the passion as I did for Good Bill and Ted. So I mean, step it up, guys.
I will say this though, John. I almost didn't pick Brother Eye. Because it was so very close to.
You
like,
threw out a
Cyborg.
list of like fucking every Android character in all of comic. You were like Amazo. No, okay. You threw them all out.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
Ron.
I do like Amazo too. I'm going to go honorable mention for him too because he's fucking the most powerful villain in the DC universe.
He's fucking
He can, like, mimic
amazing.
every- Yeah.
He's amazing. Even possibly. What do you got there?
Ron, what was your?
Well, I'm going to keep it in the DC universe here, but switch it up to one of the least realistic shows that are out there right now, to Teen Titans Go again, and Painbot.
This is a good one. I enjoy this one.
Tell us about Painbot because I
Look at my
haven't
face.
seen it.
My face is glowing from the pink on this guy. I love it. Painbot.
He starts out as a henchman for one of the villains, and I, of course,
He is Baron Blood. Baron Blood?
yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, and he's there to torture people, right, and gets information and everything out of them. And in the second go around, the Teen Titans are able to knock the controller that Baron Blood is using out of his hand and break it. So it kind of breaks the whole torture part of Painbot out. So the villain runs away, and Cyborg befriends Painbot and wants to turn him into his little buddy, because all the Teen Titan Go characters have their own little buddy, and Cyborg decides to make this his. So you start to see the personality of him is just basically everything is pain. And he ends up dropping ice cream, and that just destroys him. He says, all I know is pain, but he tries to steal Cyborg's ice cream with a knife, so he still has a little bit of the torture thing into him.
I gotta watch this show.
But
Great.
I got to ask you, Ron, and I want to ask you this too, Grant. So we watch cartoons a lot, and I started watching Teen Titans Go, and it seemed like every episode was self-contained. Is there a thread? Does it?
No, but characters show
they
up
call
again.
back.
Yeah, there's a lot of callbacks, but it's like not like there's not like a thread. But I think in like the second episode there was about a sandwich, and they actually bring that sandwich up again like 6 seasons later. It's like that shit shows up again. So Painbot shows up. He's in like 5, 6 episodes. He's in a lot of episodes.
And then my other question was for Grant. Because we're watching cartoons, we started watching the regular show, is that a bunch of one-off episodes, or is there a storyline that arcs out?
It's pretty much all one shots. I think there's some that do like a two-parter, but they're pretty much all one shots.
Okay.
And there's some overarchingness to it, but not anything heavy.
I'm trying to get my like Megan into it, but she likes overarching stories. She's like cool with fun half-hour little one and dones, but she also wants something that like does Gravity Falls, where it's
Did
like
you watch Over the Garden Wall?
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh boy, you are missing out in life. You are missing out if you have not watched Over the Garden Wall.
Okay, I'll watch it. I thought it was really short. It was like 6 episodes or something, right?
No, it's like they're 15-minute episodes, and it's it's about like a 2.25 hour movie, I would say, if you really wanted to watch it all together. Okay. But it's fucking incredibly good. That one I recommend to everybody because it is one of my favorite animated things that's come out in the last years.
Where can you watch it?
I don't know. I had a DVR. This is how long ago I watched it, which was like back in Castro Valley. I DVR'd. They had a marathon on, so I DVR'd it. And then, but I'm sure you can, the magic of the internet, you can find it somewhere. You can find it somewhere for sure. Are you Googling that right now, Dave?
Yeah. I'm actually the IMDb.
That was a little unfair.
IMDb is good. It's on Hulu.
Is it?
Now. So IMDb, they do that thing where like if it's on Amazon, they'll tell you and how much it costs, and you can buy it right there. But they'll also give you other viewing options now.
Right.
And it's on Hulu. Season 1's on Hulu right now.
Hell yeah! There's only it's a done story. So you watch it and it's done. That's it. There's no. It's a one. You get through it, you're done, and it's fucking great. Elijah Wood, like really fucking creative motherfuckers on that show.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I knew I was eventually going to get to it. I just didn't know where I could get it, and it's finally there. So that's cool.
Have you guys watched the original Teen Titans, the one that came out in the early 2000s?
It's like Teen Titans Go, only it's like not as chibi, right? It's like still anime-ish, right?
Yeah, but I think that one has more of like a storyline that's going across. So if you wanted Megan to watch that.
Is it funny, Ron, or is it like more serious? Like
it's funny in an anime way.
Yeah, it switches back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, maybe that's what we watched.
What about Rebels? You guys watch Rebels?
You know what? She likes more humor than she does. Like, she's like, I don't really give a shit about Star Wars, and it's not like it's a funny show. So she's like, I don't really get the lore behind it. I think I got her into Mandalorian because it was really easy for everyone to love the fucking child. Did you
watch? How about Solar Opposites? Did you watch Solar Opposites?
Haven't yet. But we do watch.
That one's really good too. It's 8 episodes, so it's quick, and there's some really incredible stuff in that one too.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. All right. Who's next?
Brian.
Me. I think this will make Grant happier. I think, but my other choice was Bender from Futurama.
I almost picked him.
He's the best.
Yeah.
Bender's the fucking best.
Bender,
There's Baby Bender.
Rodriguez, I think is his name.
He's such a dirtbag.
He is. Yeah, that's true. This is right up Grant's alley. I don't know. There's not too much to say. He's the funniest part of Futurama. He really
Zoidberg takes offense to that. Okay,
Zoidberg is great. They're all great. I love that show. That's one of my favorite.
I'm trying to push my kid to watch it right now.
Oh, it's so good.
I know.
But there's something about Bender. He is such a dirtbag, and it's just so funny. Yeah, he doesn't. He just cares about himself. Like things that stick out to me is like him figuring out that he could get money from having a bunch of kids, so he adopts a bunch of little kids, and then he's like teaching them how to be dirtbags and how to steal and do all the. I mean, it's amazing. They drink beer because that's how they fuel up on the alcohol, and he just smokes. He always says, "Bite my shiny metal ass." He's just Bender, and I don't know. He just, you have to watch that show. It really saddens me that show did not take off in the same way as Simpsons ever did. But
did you watch the Did you watch the movies or the little like extra movies, that Beast with a Billion Backs and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff? Yeah, those are really good too.
Yeah.
Is it weird
So-
that The Simpsons has endured as long as it has, and something like
Yes.
it's weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It
don't
is.
understand why that's so popular and this wasn't.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
kind of amazing that The Simpsons has two little short cartoons on Disney Plus now.
Right.
They're based on Maggie. It's kind of, I'm like, wow, okay, they're really pushing Maggie as a character.
Well, that's like that because the last Onward, if you were to see Onward in the theater, they showed that Maggie, one of the Maggie's Date, they showed
yeah.
that one before that Pixar movie, which is the first time they've ever shown a non-Pixar animated short before a Pixar movie, which I thought was bullshit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That
That's
should not be
weird.
allowed.
Yeah, that's weird.
But I'll tell you what, though, if you have Disney Plus, there's tons of Pixar shorts on there now too. So like,
Mhm. Yeah,
and I'm like, oh my god, I could just binge all this shit.
they're so
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All those shorts are incredible. Little
Yeah.
baby Bender again.
Oh,
I love this show. I have to say this is another show that there are certain episodes of this show that I would say are some of the greatest like half-hour cartoon writing ever. You know, there's some like the one where the dog waits for him when he gets frozen.
Oh, man. Yeah.
That one's so fucking good.
Yeah.
It's the and the one where he gets super smart and basically has to like give it up to like do. I think it's like he either has to give up his smartness or some shit like that.
Anytime they had Kip and Zach Brannigan,
Oh,
in it,
Zach Brannigan.
oh my
You
god,
love-
Kip is the best though.
Yeah, you
That
know
show
me.
was
I'm a
amazing.
Zoidberg dude for sure. Like anytime Zoidberg showed up, I was like, yes, give me more Zoidberg.
Yeah. But you're right. That show had so much heart. Like,
Yeah.
there was always something by the end, and you're like, wow, that was like way more thought provoking than that show ever should have been.
The Leela
In some of those
like
parts.
orphan shit, like her
Yeah.
family living underground, all that shit was like really crazy.
Yeah. Great show.
Brad, what was your second pick?
I was really torn because Helper from Venture Brothers is one of my very favorites. He's such a goofy character.
Yeah.
And it came up between Helper or Tars from Interstellar, and I had to go with Tars. I've got a little Tars Lego toy on my desk at work. He fucking blew my mind when I watched that movie. As I was watching Interstellar, which is a commitment, it totally saved it for me because the design and the motion of this mostly practical effect robot, it was like I would say 90% practical and then a little 10% CG. They did such a fucking amazing job with this thing, which is essentially a big square, and the things that they came up with that they could make him do just blew my mind. The way he moves, the little, like you see in this picture, you see the little mini squares near the top. Those flip out in really cool ways to make like fingers and just like grabbing things. And then they programmed him with like a really sarcastic, snarky personality. That's just you put all that together. Like to me, he's got like a 2001 kind of aesthetic, which is I could have easily picked HAL 9000. It was just a little bit of everything. That he's just one of my all-time favorite robots that just hits every beat.
I loved him so much that I didn't remember he was in that movie.
Damn it.
Because you hated that movie so much that the only thing that you remember.
No, you know, when I saw the picture, I did remember. He was dope. There was a lot of really cool scenes with him on the water planet was dope. It was a lot of cool shit with him.
Yeah, that movie. You're right, though, Grant. It is a commitment, and I think that it's so funny that Tars is the standout character in that fucking movie, and he's
Him
just
and Matt Damon.
Huh?
Him and Matt Damon.
I like to think that The Martian and Interstellar are like the same
Right.
universe, and he just goes crazy. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Interstellar. Quite a weird fucking ending to that movie.
Hey,
That one is a real weird one at the end.
speaking of weird, does anyone give a shit about Tenet? When that? I mean,
Yeah.
really?
It looks really good.
I don't even know what it's fucking about. I mean,
I
like,
don't either.
like
And that's the mystery.
it's gonna
No,
be weird.
I can't wait to see it. I mean, come on. Chris Nolan is a dope director.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go check his shit out. I mean,
They keep pushing every major release is getting pushed back because they're waiting for Tenet to come out. They think Tenet is the benchmark that when they bring that movie out into theaters, people are going to flock to it.
oh,
They can release everything else. So everyone is waiting for Tenet to come out.
I just can't wait to go to a crowded movie theater. Let me
Yeah.
tell you.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good now.
I'm gonna lick the seats and just rub my body all over the floor. I mean, why won't a 17-year-old making minimum wage clean that place correctly? I mean, why not? I went to fucking go see Edge of Tomorrow, maybe. So, and I was sitting there in the theater, and a dude had no shoes, no socks, and his feet up on like the railing in the front of feet just flying. I'm like, bro, that's so gross. Your nasty ass toes are just up in the air, and I get to look at them.
Well, one time I went with
Did you just say he got to look at him?
I got to what?
You got to lick at him. You're
I
like,
licked at him.
him.
If I lick these long enough, will you put these down, please? Thank you. What'd you say, Ron?
I was saying that one time Terry and I went to the movies and there was a mouse eating popcorn in the corner of the theater.
How cute!
Did you go
How
see
cute.
What's that noise? Look
Was
over.
it Fievel?
Is it Fievel? Yeah, did Fievel go west?
Was it Fievel Mousekevitz? Were you in
Somewhere out there started playing on the radio in the background. Yeah.
All right, who's next?
You.
Am I? Well,
Yeah.
I obviously saved the best for last. Okay, this one I thought I'm gonna need. I know, I really.
I was mad when you posted that, and I was like, "Oh, god damn it, that's a good one."
No, I actually switched it.
Did you?
What I picked, the Fembot. Was it the Fembot that I picked? What did I pick?
No,
Johnny Five.
No.
No. What did I pick?
Mystery.
What? Mystery?
Science.
Oh shit! I did pick that. I picked another one. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I picked Crow from Mystery Science Theater. That was what I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's a good
I'm
one.
sorry. That's a good one.
good
He's
one.
snarky and sarcastic.
oh, he's the best.
He talks a lot of good shit, and I highly recommend if you have not watched the Mac and Me Mystery Science Theater on Netflix. It's one of the funniest things I've ever watched. Mac and Me is truly one of the craziest fucking movies ever made. Everyone up on Mac and Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's incredible. There is a fucking segment in the middle where they just start breakdancing inside a McDonald's, and like everyone has a full-on like dance party inside a McDonald's. It's fucking crazy, that movie. Anyway, so I picked I was like, I need to find a robot that could just be my pal, just my friend, hang out with me. Maybe if I needed, he could fend off some bad guys, So I went with a Boobo.
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 Is that from Clash of the Titans?
Robot
Clash of the
from
Titans.
Greek mythology, apparently.
Yeah.
Look at this handsome son.
When you watched that as a child, John, weren't you just like, where can I get one of those?
I watch it like whenever I watch it, I'm like, where can I get one of these motherfuckers? I want him. I want the two ferrets from Beastmaster. Give them all to me.
Who created Boobo?
Ray Harryhausen?
No, which
Oh.
character?
It was one of the gods, right?
Roboticus? I don't know.
Athena?
Mr. Roboto?
Let's
I
just
don't.
fucking throw names out here. Let's just throw some.
Sexophus?
Sex.
Is Sexophus even a god? That should be. Can you write that, Dave?
Oh, for sure.
I am the long great god Sexophus. You shall kneel before me and take my organs into your mouth. I'm Sexophus.
Oh yeah. Yep. Brian was right.
It's Sexophus?
It's Athena.
It's supposed to be a copy of Athena's owl.
Right.
Oh, it's so cool. What a great looking fucking thing. It's like one of those. Oh, so John,
Yes.
let me add to your arsenal here. You've got this fucking guy, you got the ferrets, and then you got the little spinny thing from Crow.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my weapon.
Glaive.
That's right. That's my
Just
weapon
80s
right there.
weapons and 80s sidekicks. That's John's shit. I love it.
Did anybody game?
Is Kroll what?
What?
The 2600 game Kroll. Did
I
anybody-
had played that. Yes.
Where the
I played
thing
that,
would
yeah.
just spin, like the thing would be spinning. Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't even discuss when we were like, oh shit, let's do this episode. And Grant busted out with, okay, guys, we're gonna need to figure out our favorite robot from movies, our favorite robot from TV, our favorite robot from books.
My head
Every
froze, by
medium,
the way.
I know it's the best. Every medium possible, Grant was like, your favorite robot from newspaper
Yeah,
clippings.
he's like your favorite robot from Pornhub.
Your
Look,
favorite robot that was drawn on a bathroom stall wall. Come on, guys, let's go.
I like that Grant's frozen and can't defend himself right now. Just keep on being frozen, motherfucker.
Oh, look at this. Oh, he's gone. I really wanted to keep that face.
My name is Earl over there. Oh, Jesus.
Well, that was our favorite robots.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
gonna wrap up with
quick, wrap it up quick. No, I'm
Yeah,
good.
let's wrap it up before Grant.
Peace.
We do have some more. We have more stuff to talk about, but we will wrap this up. Toot sweet.
Toot sweet. Are we actually wrapping this up without saying goodbye to Grant?
No, we'll stay on.
Yeah,
I'm going to stay on until he comes back, but we can wrap this episode up without Grant, right? Can't we?
I think so. I mean, if you guys want to get a hold of Grant, you can reach him at geeksavants@gmail.com. We're on. Are we back on Podbean yet? Are we on Apple yet?
On Podbean. We
You
haven't.
son of a bitch.
Oh, you need to end this faster.
Miller, you son of a bitch.
I can hear
He's
everything.
still fucking broken.
I'm waiting.
God.
Poor
God damn
Grant.
it.
Are you using like back alley internet right now? What are you using?
I'm on my 28K mode.
I know. When you're a Tart 2600 modem.
I mean, he's definitely like max grooming too. Like he's jumping around and shit.
He's so fuzzy right now.
I mean, that frozen picture of you was amazing.
Oh,
Weird. All right.
All right, everybody. Have a great week. We will
Dave's gotta
see you.
eat.
Dave's, I know. Everyone make sure Dave gets his din-din.
I'm so hungry right now. Can't you tell?
Next, by the way, sneak preview next week, we'll be talking about our favorite sandwiches.
Ooh, that made me so hungry. Just this prep work on this episode made me
I
so
got super hungry.
All right.
I want to
All right, I
try
gotta go eat
everyone.
We gotta go.
All right,
Bye,
boys.
guys.
Bye.